Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you're new here. If you're not, thank you so much for stopping back by. I really appreciate y'all. So today we're going to talk about my July budget, what I plan to do with my money, and I'm very excited to show you this budget. One, because I'm confident that I will be able to stick to this budget. Every line on this budget. I am so confident. I got this, you guys. I am just exuding positivity on this. But also because part of the reason I think that is because it's a 3 paycheck month for me, twice a year, 2 months out of the year. I get 3 paychecks instead of 2 because years have 26 pay periods. So that's how it works. So with that, I will just dive in and kind of show you what it looks like. And trust me, it is a wild ride this month. There's so many different things. But yeah, let's just get into it. With my housing and utilities, nothing has really changed. I am still going to pay half a mortgage for $494.95. An electric bill that's going to be roughly $85 for my half, $10.18 for my half of water, $23 for internet, and $14 into a short-term sinking fund for my trash bill that's every 3 months. And then for my phone, $37.79. And honestly, for a while, I could recommend to you guys just do straight talk and do like a limited plan and get super cheap bills. But like at this point, I'm so jealous of anyone who has like name brand service because I spent so much time away from home and off Wi-Fi. And I could not do anything with my phone. It was so frustrating. And I love Pokemon Go and I could barely even get the game to load. So anyway, I'm going to make it work as long as I can until the phone breaks or my brain does. So anyway, auto is auto insurance. So I have 2 cars with full coverage, so $148-ish there. And fuel, I have increased from like what, $75 to $200. I drive a little diesel car, so while I get good gas mileage and the gas lasts, filling the tank is like $75 to $100 right now. It is absurd. So yeah, even just filling it twice would cover that. And it's frustrating. So put as much as I could towards that, and we should be good on that front. So next up we have debt. This is where things get a little bit different. I've decided to do my minimum payment on my car loan and $100 extra to that because it just felt bad. Like I didn't want to not put extra to it, but I am prioritizing saving. So I decided to only put 100 towards it. The loan is only like 4.5%, something like that. So it's really not accumulating a lot of interest. And I've already paid off extra quite a bit. I think I paid nearly $4,000 or more off of it in just a few months. So doing okay. The other thing is putting a big chunk towards the care credit that I'm paying off. Another reason for that is I did $400 last month, and the reason I want to do another big chunk is once I do that, then the monthly payment to get it paid off before the interest starts is only going to be $100 or $200. So I'll be able to have low monthly payments if I just go hard in the beginning with it. So that's the goal here, is hopefully put $450 there. The minimum is $100, so we'll just kind of see, because that $450 is probably the bucket that I would pull from first if somewhere else I have trouble staying on budget. So yeah, that's my plan for debt. Next up, we have groceries. I have budgeted $350 for groceries and $75 for eating out. Whew, we hope that's okay. We purchased a freezer for our garage. I think it's 17 cubic feet. So it's a good size freezer. It's stand up. We are super excited. We've wanted one for years and did not prioritize it. We were really wanting to get a dishwasher, but fate said, you know what? We should have a freezer instead and keep hand washing dishes. So life is good. No big deal. But I am excited because I am very worried about food prices. It has been so hard to stay on a food budget. And there is a lot of alarm on the internet saying that meat prices are going to keep getting worse and all food prices seem to be terrible. So yeah, got a freezer. My partner plans to hunt. He has hunted all his life, but since we lived here, we've never had the freezer space to do it because, you know, of course we believe that if you're going to go kill an animal to eat, you better eat it. So, yeah, hopefully we get some deer jerky this year. That'd be great. And a lot of stuff to freeze and get us through winter and really subsidize that cost of eating. So anyway, yeah, I do plan to stock up a little bit on groceries as well. So that's why it's $350. Next up, we have my subscriptions. Not a lot to say here. I've got $10 to Spotify, $7 to Amazon Prime, $6 to Paramount Plus, and 99 cents to Hulu. That is what I plan to do. And then we move right on to the miscellaneous section. I have a donation of $25 listed, possibly a food pantry. As much as I really feel for the plight of animals and I really want, all the humane societies to be funded as well as possible, I am pulled a little bit more towards the hungry people right now. As someone who grew up very financially insecure, relying on food pantries, I know that they are hurting. Those pantries are hurting right now, trying to provide food for people who are hungry when those food costs have gone up so much. So if my little bit of money can help, that's probably where I'll put it. And then for household toiletries, I'm allotting $175. And that is because we were running low on a couple of different things, and because you save a lot of money bulk buying. And so since it is a 3 paycheck month, I was like, you know what, I should really just stock up and get big packages of stuff. So I got, 100 Ziploc bags instead of a 20 pack, a huge pack of toilet paper, a huge pack of paper towels to get us through several months. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, so get us through quite a while, and that is what that is for. So then for personal spending, I still have $50 there. It has been I haven't spent that much personally. I think I might have spent that much in June, but a lot of it is these like really random purchases that I give myself permission to buy because I have this little budget, and it helps me not make like a lot of big purchases. So I'm pretty confident I don't need very many things that would put me over 50. So we should be good there. 25 for miscellaneous. I don't have a lot of miscellaneous expenses because I budget so specifically. So hopefully we'll be good on that front. And that brings us to the part where you guys are gonna yell at me. I can see it now. Try to understand. I did not make this decision lightly, but I have decided not to contribute to my Roth IRA or my brokerage account in the month of July. And my reasoning is purely because I don't feel comfortable with the emergency fund that I have. When we're headed into a recession, and I am confident that is what's happening. We've had 2 straight months of negative GDP, and inflation is really terrible right now. I just do not feel comfortable with my emergency fund at less than 3 to 6 months of expenses. So with that, I have decided to beef up my savings this month in lieu of putting money into a Roth IRA. Now, trust me, you guys, it is painful to do that. I would much rather continue to invest, especially when the market is down, because I am young. I am only 26. So logically, the market is going to recover in my lifetime, and I could make a butt ton of money on smaller investments right now. But in the off chance something terrible happened and I really needed that money, I would rather it be available and ready, just in case. What if my partner loses his job? What if I lose a job? It's just, I just don't have enough of an emergency fund. I've never made it enough of a priority. And in times of no financial turmoil and markets looking good, I think it was easy for me to put that on the back burner and put only a little bit a month towards it. And that got me to an emergency fund of $2,700. So that's good. But I just really want to focus on savings and making sure that I don't even have to get into my emergency fund because I have savings for maintenance as well. So here, we'll get into it. So no money into retirement. But just to be clear, I do put 11% of my income pre-tax. So gross income, I do put into 401k. So I put 6% of my income, my employer matches 5%. So 11% is going into retirement throughout, no matter what. So that's why I am a little bit more comfortable kind of foregoing the Roth IRA for 1 month or 2. I don't know for sure how it's going to go. But anyway, moving on. For propane, we do run our heat and our stove on propane. We bought our house like that. It really isn't a choice for us. So we have to buy it. It's very expensive. I'm putting $350 into that account in July. And I'm starting that account with $775 because I was putting $75 a month in there. And with the prices of oil and everything right now, I am terrified to even call and find out what the price is going to be to fill up our tank. And we go through 2 tanks a year. So it is scary. We are probably in the winter going to do our best to insulate our house a little bit better. Last year was better because we did put plastic up in rooms we didn't really use. And we really tried to avoid having the furnace up too high. So we'll be taking more measures like that this year, I'm sure. But nevertheless, we will probably still need 2 tanks. So with that $350 this month, home, I did spend some money out of the home fund to get that freezer. So I'm replenishing the home fund a little bit in anticipation of having someone come out and look at our septic, possibly pump it. I don't know what people do with septics. We just need to call a guy and have him come check it because it's been a while. So that's what we're gonna do. And next up we have vehicles. I believe I will have to spend this $100 and possibly dip into the fund a little bit because I need wiper blades on 2 vehicles and enough wiper fluid for all 4 of our vehicles. So yeah, In addition, I think I am gonna have to get my brakes checked and change my oil in my car. I think it's time for that in July, so yeah, probably gonna have to dip into it a little bit, but it'll be okay. We do a lot of car maintenance on our own vehicles. By we, I mean my lovely partner helps me and does most of it for me, so we save a lot of money that way. So I think I won't have to dip in too far to get the parts and everything, but we will see. For vacation, I am still prioritizing $175 towards my vacation fund. We plan to take a low-key vacation. We did want to go to the beach, but with gas prices and flight prices, it's just not worth it to go that far away. But we do still want to take a little trip together, so we are considering going to Michigan. So we will see. My partner did go to Michigan a couple of months ago for a bachelor trip to a casino. I think it was Four Winds maybe. And he had a really great time. I personally have not really been to Michigan. I went one time in college for like one night. I had a mac and cheese burger. It was delicious. And so I am really excited to kind of find somewhere that we can both enjoy, do some fishing, camping, whatever we can figure out in Michigan. So with that, moving on, we have gifts. I want to put $50 towards gifts. I have one birthday maybe this month. I don't think I have a lot going on as far as like who I would need to buy gifts for this month. So I might be able to put some actually into my gifts fund. But I did want to mention that my gifts fund looks really low because I don't prioritize it heavily in the first half of the year, because that's when all my birthdays and anniversaries and Valentine's Day and all that is going on in the beginning of the year. So now that it is second half of the year, I might be able to put more towards it. I also prioritize saving all of my cash back on my credit cards. I have 3 to put towards gifts at Christmas time because I do love gift giving. So I do have over $400 saved on cash back alone. So I'm pretty happy with where I'm at Christmas savings wise. Next up, we have my family budget. And I know I had mentioned previously that the family sinking fund was gonna move to just paying off that care credit. But because my mom has not actually gotten the last set, her final set of dentures yet, she's still on this very, very, very soft food diet. And so I've been helping get snacks and stuff whenever I'm out and about and I see something that I'm like, ooh, that looks good, she could eat that. I get it for her because it's hard to find enough variety in soft foods, like really hard. So I did put 50 there just in case I need to help out with anything with them, or, you know, run an errand for them. I don't know. Sometimes I pick up their prescriptions for them and it's a few bucks, stuff like that. So I am putting 50 there. Last but not least, emergencies. I'm putting a whole 1,000 to my emergency fund. I'm very, very excited to do that because, like I said earlier, I'm very nervous about my emergency fund not being big enough. So yeah, I'm gonna prioritize putting 1,000 into my emergency fund. And so we will dive into income real quick and give you an idea of what that's gonna look like. Like I said, I'm gonna get 3 paychecks. So each paycheck is $1,594, so nearly $1,600 per paycheck. And that last one is the extra one that I normally would not have in the budget. So that's $1,600. And so a whole 1,000 of that is gonna go into my emergency fund. I'm very happy with that. And then a lot of it is like kind of allotted to the propane and the home fund. So that's kind of what I was thinking when I was budgeting an extra check. So next up, I actually did a return on Amazon and I had a gift card balance from June. And so I didn't end up using the whole balance in June. So I'm bringing that forward. I may end up using it in July. And then I did a yard sale in June and I made $27 and I used $7 of that in June. And so I am bringing that $20 into July, and it is actually going towards my household fund because my mom actually picked up a couple things for me at the store when she was there. So I'm gonna give her the cash I had left from the yard sale to cover that stuff. And then other than that, I don't have any other income that I expect to bring in because I actually cashed out a lot of my apps last month. So I will get into that in the closeout for June. But yeah, I don't really expect any extra money other than, those balances that I had left over. So with that, I am bringing in $4,829 and I am spending $4,800. So that leaves about $28 left over. And that is that Amazon gift card balance because I just don't know if I'm actually going to use it or not. So I'm not budgeting it. So yeah, that is where we are at with how I plan to spend my money. So that brings us to my little budget breakdown donut. And so housing is looking like 20%. And then auto is 7%, debt is 17%, food is 8%, savings is 39.9%, so almost 40% to savings. And most of those accounts are going to go into savings. I don't think I'll spend out of them. And then the miscellaneous was just 5.7%. So that is what I have for you guys. I am sorry that this one is a longer one. It's just because I really wanted to explain why I was changing everything so much with this third paycheck month and hitting what some people would call we are already in a recession. So all that stuff I just wanted to explain fully. So if you have questions, definitely let me know below, and try not to yell at me if you disagree with any of my decisions. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great morning, noon, or night, whatever it is for you.